Well, I've been asked to speak today about our student experience, and it's a tough one. The very diversity of the programs in the student body means that our student population ranges from their early 20s into their 60s. Some of us will have started in September and participated in orientation, Halloween, pub crawl at Christmas, while others joined in January. Some are based in Dubai, Hong Kong, and don't spend a lot of time on our campus here in London. So I guess the best way to explore the experience is through a year in the life of LBS. For many of us, the journey to LBS began with the brave decision to leave home, a good job, to move the family, to study while working. And while we may have shared wildly different student experiences, they all started much the same way with the journey. As our classes got underway and we settled into a routine, regardless of our programs, I'm sure we all discovered some things that were similar. Very shortly, everything from the bite started to taste the same. You were thrilled when you discovered lunch in the Lower Nash, and you celebrated the opening of the Thai place across the street. You either wished you hadn't booked back-to-back block weeks, or wished you had once you had an evening or a modular class. Yeah. But at least everyone can say who spent time studying in London that the weather here makes it easier to spend time in the library. I'm sure that, like me, you enjoyed discovering that you could shortcut to the Windsor Library through our very own LBS entrance and marveled at how lucky we were to enjoy a picnic lunch on the front lawn during a rare sunny day. I hope everyone made it to at least one Sundowners. I think as Sloans, we had an inverted bell curve of attendance. At the beginning, we went until the novelty wore off, and as we started avoiding it a little bit, it was too loud, too noisy, we're too old for that. But as the year wore on and our wallets got emptier, we seemed to return more often. There were several school-wide events during our time at LBS. Only a few weeks into my program, Cranfield came around. I signed up, and I'm so glad that I did. It was the first time I was with MBAs, MIFs, MBAs, and MIMs. I discovered the diversity and the inclusivity of our school that day. There were students from all over the world sharing a day of sport and a night of bagpipes, haggis, and beer. I'm sure that all of your classes shared some of this magic, the magic of a diverse and engaged group of people. The Student Association and the school do a great job of capturing this through tattoo. This event is truly a celebration of our variety, and I hope that alumni will be invited back in years to come to continue sharing in the experience. Summer Ball was another big event where all the classes mingled in an aura of magic. I only hope that this year's event on Saturday can be as great. In addition to school-organized events, us Sloans can be found celebrating the diversity of our community throughout the year, celebrating Chinese New Year, Holi, Brazil with World Cup fever, Japan night, and even an Aussie's German birthday, complete with Lederhosen. During our course of study, we traveled the world together, and we saw it differently because of the generosity of the locals who opened their homes to the rest of us. Perhaps you had the opportunity to join a trek, visit an exotic land, and really we need to thank our student organizers for these amazing opportunities that they generated. Another great feature of the student experience at LBS is that there is a club for everything and for everyone, including partners. I think I'm signed up for most of them. I intended to go to Toastmasters every Tuesday last year and never made it. It would have been helpful today, I think. I did, however, make it to many a talk organized by the Consulting Club, Industry, Marketing, Entrepreneurship, Women in Business, Energy Club, you name it. These clubs organize some of the best talks at LBS. They attracted industry experts at the highest level who happily gave up their time to share with our community. I cannot but mention a club that holds special importance to me, the Women's Touch Rugby Club. I see some of my teammates here today, both as graduates and partners who participated. You know, as Sloans, we complain sometimes that starting in school in January makes it difficult for us to get involved. But in my case, being a January intake allowed me to be not once, but twice a world champion. Representing LBS in the NBA Rugby World Cups of 2014 and 2015 is something that I will cherish. The fierce Lady Ruggers of LBS are amazing people, and they're very important in my life. Unfortunately, I've also come to own more leopard print than any human being needs, and I'm scared that I'll be stuck with this for life too. The other sports teams at LBS also added enormously to our experience. In our Sloan class, we have members of the cycling club, squash, tennis, softball, running, expedition, and others. These opportunities to mingle with students from other classes while getting in some exercise were vital to my mental health when we were up to our elbows in papers and exams, for sure. So I guess reflecting back, you could say that the student experience had it all. It had too much food, it had too many drinks, it had a touch of romance, sports, silly nicknames, and a lot of new friends. Each one of us experienced it totally differently. There was so much available. It was up to each of us to explore and mold our own experience. I'm thrilled and thankful to have had the opportunity to do so, and I certainly hope to remain engaged as an alumnus, as I hope all of you will as well. Our LBS journeys started with a brave decision, and hopefully will not end with today's ceremony and celebration. Thank you.